Hello, my earthly neighbors. Welcome to Sirius Joy Alive. And we have right now the Super Bowl on the air right now. We're at step 60 Super Bowl is what I understand. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk today about how this week is Super Bowl in your life. You're launching your own big picture, big ticket idea. I'll talk about that. Meetings and some clips and some fun stuff to kick you off. All that and more on Sirius Joy Alive. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy Nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
My name's Christine, and I am a Step 27 Cancer. I participated in Sensei Christopher Witecki's Past Life and Karma program through Sirius Joy. I would definitely say it was both life-changing and healing.
I'm a Step 23 Leo, and this is my second time doing 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma. I will tell you right now, it's not for the faint of heart.
And it really had me looking at areas in my life that I hadn't even considered being part of the proof of my past life experiences.
So for the price of what 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma is, this is a great way to read yourself. And honestly, that's putting the power back in your hands.
I have been working with past lives and karma work for a long time, and his program surpassed any other things that I had been working with.
But if you are really curious about what you're doing in your past lives and you like astrology, this is definitely the class for you. Definitely. It is dense. It is intense. It is very, extremely educational.
I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to take it. I look forward to taking it again this year, and I will do it every year because it was that good.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
And that's the kind of day it's been, friends. Hello, I'm Sensei Christopher. Welcome to Sirius Joy Alive. And boy, we are alive. You can tell right there. Having a great day today. Happy Super Bowl Step 60 to the Super Bowl. That's interesting. In 60 years and moving forward, that's fascinating. It's probably taking on a lot of households. But we are always dedicated here on Sundays to kind of kicking off the week for you and giving you kind of a preview of what's to come and theme the week. It's because we have realized that after 10 years of Sirius Joy, Sirius Joy being on the air, and 20 years of me being on the air, I've realized we have to do something to set you up for tomorrow, not just be there for you today. And that's what we're about today. So it's an interesting time indeed, friends. And I'll tell you, you probably just saw another little mishap tonight, but that's okay. We're okay with our mistakes. The soul horoscopes went live before this show, which is supposed to go after. That's just because we were changing times a bit. But you might have seen the show already. It's a great show. I talk about in depth what's happening this week. I think it's a powerful week, honestly, for people changing their lives. And we are building up to a powerful new moon at step 28. And this will not only be in new moon, this will be an eclipse that we're going to have, an eclipse, powerful eclipse. And what this eclipse will be is ultimately, I think, the turning on of 5D. I really do. I think we're going to literally have the airwaves available for humans. I honestly believe that the consciousness of Earth itself is expanding. She's going to go higher. I think it's one of the reasons why we've had some anomalies. In fact, we had an earthquake here in Palm Desert last week. It wasn't super big, but it doesn't usually have earthquakes out here. So that alone was an interesting aspect. But we are literally launching and moving forward now with this idea. So what the heck does that mean anyways? Well, I feel like it means that there are greater joys possible on the earth, greater joy. And to have that greater joy, that Sirius joy, you have to, I think, first of all, get rid of your lows. And that's what we've been doing. We've been getting rid of the lows for forever, it seems like. But for the last 3 years, getting rid of the things that bring us down, the mind patterns that bring us down, the repetitive thinking, the obsessions, all of our addictions bring us down. These are just, things were coping mechanisms. We went through a very dark time. And we've been getting rid of these, like throwing dead weight over the boat for forever, it seems like, really for our whole existence. This is the first week I've ever seen in my life where all the planets are simply like, go higher now. Now go higher. And everything is aimed to go higher. And so it might be a hard week for those people who insist on being negative and living that negative spell. I think it's going to be hard because I think that people are going to have a hard time with all the pressure to go up. So that's one of the reasons why we have this show, because this show is a live reading show. You may not know this. You can purchase a reading live on this show, which we will air. Now, if you'd like to purchase a reading, I'll give you the URL. It is SiriusJoy.shop. SiriusJoy.shop. That's a shop for Sirius Joy. You can purchase a reading. There's a varieties to choose from. This is a live reading that's on the air with you, with your question. Sometimes we have tag team readings, by the way. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we're tag teaming with Daiki Okamoto tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. And on Sirius Joy, SiriusJoy.com, our main site, he and I did a fabulous, recently a moon edition together. So we work really well together. And of course, he's banking monthlies with this. He's doing a lot with me lately. Yeah, do a lot with me. But anyways, you purchase a reading live, and you can purchase for tomorrow for Daiki too. If you want to be with Daiki, then just put on there that you want to be with Daiki, and Daiki and I will tag team, and we'll both work on your issues live here. Yeah, we got some exciting stuff coming, and you're going to see, Sirius Joy. I'm not sure what we look like to the outside world, but the way I have run and been able to be on the air for so long has been I show up incomplete. I show up messy. I show up with mistakes and things, because it's not that I don't want to check my work and do well. I do, but we have two choices. We either wait until it's perfect, which by the time that happens, the opportunity is past. You haven't caught the audience, or you just admit that sometimes you're imperfect and you correct on the air. So you're going to see Sirius Joy and this show and everything in our network get better and better and better every week, every day, because that's who we are. And that's how the universe is too. Constant and never-ending improvement, to, I think, quote Tony Robbins, if I'm not mistaken. So moving forward, let's see here. Buying a reading, personal sensei service. Now, by the way, times are going to get a little rocky. When I mean rocky, I mean, first of all, I can say right now that I was tested on just about everything that I suck at in a period of like 3 weeks, in the last 3 weeks. So for me, Capricorn and Aquarius was me being tested on everything that I've ever made a mistake on. And I have to say, I tripped again on many things. And that's because the way it was presented to me, the way it manifested and materialized, was different than I had known. And so I didn't see it coming. I'm telling you because I feel like this is like a final test that people are getting. I've spoken to a few colleagues of mine who a couple colleagues of mine. One of my buddies, actually, David Palmer, I talked to him the other day. He was telling me the same thing. He was like, everything that's ever happened has come back as a test. He's seeing his clients too. And that means it's coming for you. Now, is this a test you can fail? No, not really. I think if it's a test like, to not drink Drano or something kind of crazy, yes, you could die if you did that. But that's not really where people are. People right now are at the being tempted back, being tested back in a love affair, maybe being tempted back, to a job that's not good for you. A lot of times when you are, when you leave an employer, let's say, and it was the right thing to do, but hard to do, a lot of times the employer will come back with a better offer. And so you're like, whoa. That's what they call the devil tempting you back. It's not that they're the devil, but it's that the universe always says, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to stay the same miserable self you've always been? And you have to say, I'm sure. And so a lot of times I've had people talking to me, writing me, who I stay in touch with, and saying, oh my God, Chris, I don't understand. All this has come back. I thought I succeeded. And I said, No, it always comes back one more time to confirm that it's the last time. So if you have stuff come back, first of all, apply what you learned. And secondly, it's the final test. It will not go in your final grade. It's just the universe saying, okay, remember this because we won't be reminding you again. And the universe will not be reminding you again. This is it. The issues that you had, you've been nagged and reminded and nagged and reminded, but we're going into a whole new lifetime now. We're going to a whole new script. The closer we get to this change, the more I think it's an entirely new lifetime. I feel like what happened was in this life, we have a special kind of like condition, like a special Congress, where we're given two distinct lifetimes in the same body period, same biological period. So I really feel because the next lifetime feels so different. And for the record, I'm in and out of this stuff. Like I'll be in it, like happy, at work at 9 a.m. Like, things are great. Then by 9:20, I'm like, I'm back in the old world and then back in the new. It's kind of, crazy a little bit. It's back in and out. But I think it's just pulling away from that old life and things get stuck, things fall apart. Anything that breaks now, anything that's stolen now, anything that happens now, let it go. I wouldn't hold on to it. It's done. It's what needed to happen. And I've also found, which is kind of painful, but in relationships that I have, people who I've worked with or maintained a good relationship with for a long time, if they're not on the same path that I'm going on, which some of them I guess are not, like a lot of them have just like created these horrible dramas that didn't need to happen, like as an excuse that it's time to go. And so I'm like, okay, I can't remember that when you ascend the ego, you lose usually, unofficially. You officially lose because the only way to win is not to play. And so to win an ego game, you have to let the other ego win. Otherwise, your ego's involved again and again. So you have to get over the fact that you're going to eat some fire. You have to, whatever that eat crows, they say, officially, but it doesn't matter. That's not your playing field anymore. Who cares if you're a loser on that playing field? You're going to a higher playing field. It doesn't matter. So this is the type of ego maturity that we've been working on and working hard on. So, we've just been working on everywhere at once. So I guess we got some codes for you today. By the way, this is time for the 40 days of past lives and karma. This is a very exciting time. If you're not familiar with this is an amazing program that was developed a couple of years ago. And it goes along a philosophy we have at Sirius Joy, which is to try to teach right when the energy is playing. So for instance, from 0 Pisces until 0 Aries, everyone reviews all of their karma every year. You review it always every year. But normally when you review your karma, you are lost in your life. You're focused on your life, focused on things going on in your life. And so you don't really realize that you're getting a tour of your karma every year from from Pisces 0, to Aries 0. A review of all of your karma. Now, the things that are the loudest are always the things that are still needing most attention. And things that are most subtle are things that are coming up in the future to review, or they're things that are pretty much complete. You've reviewed them, you've had a different opinion about them. Karma, if you don't know, is simply what the soul is upset about. So the soul will be upset about things. Be upset about, gosh, I shouldn't have let that one get away, or I should have married her, or, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And so the soul even leaves the life regretting things. And see, that regret is you holding on to life. That's you holding on to the earth experience. So what happens is in karma, you in future lives will recreate the scenario. And it's not so much precisely the scenario. It's a scenario that will create precisely the feeling you were stuck in. And so it puts you back in that feeling. And the karma is not to prevent the thing. It's not to prevent the loss, or not to prevent the theft, or not to prevent the, the circumstances of the event. It's to do something different when the feelings come up. Your opportunity to change your life is how you respond to yourself differently when the old feelings come up. That's karma. And so 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma is a program where we ask you specific questions based on your unique chart. So I pull all these clues from your natal chart. You have daily exercises that say, go get this clue, go get that clue. We have ciphers that help you look things up real quickly based on astrology. You can just look up quickly what that means, put into simple sentences. And then we guide you to answer a few questions every day in your journal. And there's some genius strokes in this because Spirit told me to include our childhood, because our childhood is actually also a rapid fire of your past lives. From ages 0, to age really 33, you are doing past life recreation. So really the entire childhood, your 20s is entirely past life also. But the ones that are from 0 to 11, those are the core states of awareness. From age 0 to age 11, you are building your core consciousness. All the states are being reproduced with the basics of who you are. So in Past Lives and Karma, we'll ask you specific questions about specific years and specific planets about yourself. And as long as you answer these honestly, then you're going to have a hell of a time, because the way I put them together, the way we assemble at the end of the day, you will see right away what your karma is. You'll see right away that it was in your childhood. You'll see right away that this is an ongoing theme. And not only that, we give you answers, ways to reply differently. So when they come up this time, when you're taking the course, you respond differently to yourself. And by the way, you can always change an answer to yourself. You can say to yourself, I'm mad at me. And then you can go, no, hold on. I take that back. I'm not mad at me. Officially, I'm this way. And you correct your karma right there. You're helping yourself let go of the situation. You're helping yourself forgive yourself from that past life. And from my beliefs, you're actually healing that past life. So if you are facing things in this life that, let's say you're ashamed, this is a common theme, just to go off on a tangent for a second. A common theme would be that a person in a past life was an alcoholic and they just couldn't stop drinking. And maybe it's because they witnessed something horrible, like they went to a war and fought a war, and they were never able to recover from that trauma. So they drank their whole life, they drank their life away, and they regretted it when they went to heaven and reviewed all the video. Okay, so they're like, I don't want to do this again. In the next life, guess what? Their parent of the same sex is an alcoholic. And the reason for that is because it is establishing what it is you looked like to the outside world. That's what you look like. It's also showing you what it's like to be on the receiving end of that. Like, this is what your family went through when you were an alcoholic. And so you're raised with this member of whose family was an alcoholic because you were once an alcoholic, and you see for your whole childhood exactly what that looked like. Then at 33, boom, you're off to your own life. And most people will then become an alcoholic, at least at first, because you have to come out of it. That's where the lesson left off. But you do come out of it, and you heal, and you move on. And that's the magic of karma. Past lives help us to understand and put sense to the things that seem senseless in our life. And by understanding that, we grow. We have a growth aim, and we grow. It's the game of life to grow and to aim for something higher. So Past Lives, 40 Days of Past Lives and Karma is an easy program. You simply answer the questions for 40 straight days. And it actually goes all the way to step 9 Aries. That's because we go ahead and tack on some extra days at the end so that you craft a new ego, a new Migo, based on what you've learned from your karma. So it's not enough just to come with your karma. You need to come with an action plan. And that's what the first 9 days of Aries is, your personal action plan with yourself and how you treat yourself. Now, we'll have testimonials of this program out there. This is our best, most popular program we do. People tell us they learn so much about themselves, more in 40 days than they learned in 40 years of therapy. And they put all the pieces together and they walk away healed and feeling lighter. And you want this stuff to be gone. You want to let go of it because you don't just realize how much you are suffering from paper clips or paper cuts, right? Paper cuts, like 1,000 paper cuts, it's the same way. It may be a minor little issue by issue, but when you understand them all and you heal all of them, there's no feeling like that. So you want to be sure to navigate. We are putting this on for sale tonight. You can go to 40 days of past lives and karma.com. 40 days of past life. No, 40 days of past lives and karma. No, it's not in karma. 40 days of past lives. 40 days of past lives.com, or you can go to SiriusJoy.academy. And either will take you there. Just click on the show, click on this class, and you'll see more about it. There'll be a video there, probably this one, which is kind of funny. It's all karma, isn't it? All right. We had a clip tonight. We had a show called Soul Horoscopes tonight. Let's take a look at the clip, and I'll give you an idea of what's going on this week. This week is going to be a killer week, man. We're moving to the final stretch now of the Aquarius vibration, and this whole month has been intense, calling for you to innovate, to go high as you can, and to let go of the low vibrations that you don't want. It's a lot of little twisted energy there going around in circles. Now, this week is actually for the show of February 9th and through February 15th, and I'll be covering the steps of step 20 Aquarius all the way to step 26. That means we're going to open up and start to feel what I call our ancient future. What this means is that because we're opening up to emotion in Aquarius, and because Pluto has moved as far as step 3, we're now at a place where we can start to feel the future, which may eerily feel like the past. I'll talk about that and why, but it has to do with an ancient civilization known as Atlantis. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified, so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy Nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at siriusjoy.com.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Sirius Joy Alive. I am Sensei Christopher Witecki, your host. It's a pleasure to be here. It is Sunday evening, and we are getting ready for, getting ready for a great week. This week is going to be intense, y'all, because we are now ready to start the new life. Have you felt it? You know, the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. And the interesting thing is Leo is our love. It's what we love the most. And we tend to stay stuck in our Leo sides because we don't want to be, we don't want to go away from the love. But that love belongs somewhere. It belongs invested somewhere. Love is emotion and action and energy that makes things change. And so it's not enough to love. You want to love more. You want to love others. You want to love new things. You want love to continually be moving forward. And so this is the week where we start to look at our lives and go, my love has not been moving forward. I'm not loving this job more. I'm not loving this person more. I'm not loving this anymore. And we start to fall out of love. Well, it's not that we fall out of love. It's that we weren't meant to stay there. That where we belong is supposed to change. I think it's crazy that we think we're going to be with one partner our whole lives, honestly. That's crazy. That came from a time when we died at age 30. I'm sorry. That did not come from a time of modern. If you lived 120, you're really going to be the same person for 120 years? Well, 100, I guess, maybe when you're 20. No, I can't see how everyone uses you get to know a person and you want something else. If they're not growing, even worse, right? So with the same job for 120 years, let's say not even 120, let's say 75 years would be a working life if you did that. So maybe you retire at 100, I don't know, retire at 90, I don't know. But the point is you're really going to be at the same job. I mean, most of the time the job expires and it's something new. You're going to be the same person the entire time. I know you love them, but come on, you'll see them in heaven. This is just a reality game, right? We're going to have a lot of change. And so now the universe is forcing us to change big time. And what we're going to change is our context of looking at everything, the context, right? The context. Right now, we judge context. Right now, humans judge context by material things. Oh, there are this and that because they own this many trees and this many cars. Oh, we're in a different context. These are wealthy people. These are not wealthy people. These are people who stand up, who hurt others. People don't hurt. All these contexts are kind of based on material situations, material objects, material things. In Aquarius, in the age of Aquarius, the context is the vibe. You belong because you have the same vibe. And the interesting thing about that is that a vibe is inside yourself. So rather than belonging with someone because they wear the same clothes, they could wear different clothes, but you still belong with them because they got the vibe. That vibe can be in any type of clothing, and you still have the same vibe. That's true here. I say it's Sirius Joy. Over the years, it's always been by vibe, always. Because if you go to a Sirius Joy event and you look around, you can't see one thing in common with these people. You're like, what? These people hang out with each other? It's like literally like a fisherman, a cop, and a nurse. What? It's just because we're here for the vibe. The vibe is love. The vibe is acceptance and unconditional compassion and mercy. I mean, we're doing our best. We have our bad days. We're humans, right? Learning how to do better. But the point is that we're going to be choosing things by our vibe. And so communities will be built by vibes. And if you're not your vibe, don't go. Instead of sitting here going, oh, you're wrong because you're not my vibe. Who cares? I don't have to be your vibe. I don't want to be your vibe. I wasn't born to be your vibe or your, like this idea that we all be someone else's vibe. That's really mind control that's happened to us. We're still falling from mind control. We're still thinking we have to be associated with a million other people just like us to be important. If other people don't think like we think, we're not important. Well, how many people thought like Einstein? He was important. Him. He was the only one at the time. So we're moving to a oneness of who we are. Oneness of accepting who we are as one unique person is what allows us to accept this one unique society, one unique people. And it starts this week. Now, just so you know, I've got a Sensei service called SiriusJoy.com. This Sensei service is designed to take your natal date information and then serve you, content every day to coach you in the day. And yes, it's according to your natal chart. There are no other, I'm telling you, I don't know any other apps. Maybe the pattern does some of this where they pull audio clips based on your chart. We pull audio clips, video clips. We have the ability to assemble an entire show just based on your chart. We built that 10 years ago. We've been using it ever since. It's one of the reasons why we are so accurate. I think the most accurate out of all astrology apps. But we have our own niche. We're a step system. And we can't be everything to all people. But if you haven't tried this out yet, you're doing yourself a disservice because for $4 for the first month, you could see how your life will change. Why? Because I send you a reminder and a reminder and a reminder. 7 reminders a day. 7. And they're always different. So they're always something to read, something new. The amount of content we've had to write, my God, over the years, ridiculous. But this is like a little friend. Like you can say AI, but AI is not going to remember that you have this issue or that issue. AI is not even going to know you have these issues. I do. We do. We know what your issues are, and we're good at this. And we're proactive and we have experience. Don't take anything artificial to do something that's actually divine. And that's what you get. The personal sensei service, you get divine intelligence delivered your way. We'll talk about that too. We'll be talking about this in a couple of days. We're going to be changing our text message service. We'll talk about that, but not now. Let's see. Step Astrology is coming out. We have a new slate of classes at the Sirius Joy Academy. I'll be doing a reading here in just a second, but just so you know, Intro to Step Astrology is the first class I have made that gives you the foundation to all step astrology. And this is the professional edition. You're seeing the ticket here too. There's also a personal edition, and this will go live again in Aquarius, or in February, I should say. And so we'll be talking about that, but you can watch this whole series. We're coming out with a couple of versions, by the way. We have, first of all, the professional, which allows you to be able to read step astrology for your clients. And you don't have to know astrology, by the way. All you have to know is the information, the step numbers, and that's it. And the system itself teaches you how to coach. Or perhaps you're a person, a single mom, or you're a single father, or it's just you and a couple of family members. In that case, you want the personal edition because you're not going to sell this or be there for other people in that sense. You're going to be there for your family. And so that will teach you how to manage yourself and how to manage your family. And then we're doing a third edition that's going to come out if everything goes correctly, which we think it will. And that is we're going to offer just the lectures of the show as a video series because some people want to know about it, but they don't want to put pen to paper and learn exactly how to do it. They just want to hear the theories and the concepts and then learn from it. So that'll be a third edition. Now, this is my life's work, Step Astrology. I was granted the permission and the honor of channeling it, first of all. It was right under our noses. This astrology goes back before Atlantis. In fact, what I understand is, what I've been told, is that step astrology was in Atlantis, but it was never recreated in Mesopotamia or any time since. And when you get to see what it is, you're like, how could we not have seen this? It's so under our nose. I know. Sometimes the answers are right under your nose. Let's take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to do a reading. See you then. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy Nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Aloha! I'm Mary, and I'm inviting you to experience the mystical world of the tarot with me. As a tree-hugging dirt worshiper, a retired wildlife biologist, and a sprite of the forest, my readings take you into the realms of elemental creativity to unearth a deeper awareness for those big decisions that you have in life. The first 50 viewers to email me with the coupon code below and book a reading will receive 50% off that reading. I can't wait to see what the cards have in store for you. Mahalo nui loa.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sirius Joy Live. I'm Sensei Christopher Witecki. I'm the creator and founder of Sirius Joy. Not really the happiness, but the network. It's a pleasure to be here with you on this Sunday evening. My new work week is now Sunday to Thursdays. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. I'm actually be taking off Fridays and Saturdays so I can go travel, meet our guests, and meet our viewers in different places and do cool stuff. Trying to live a balanced life. That was one of the things I had to do in order to succeed and begin to ascend, is to live a balanced life. Balance upsets me. It means I'm not going to go as fast as I want to, but it does mean I'm going to enjoy every step of the way. So if you're not familiar, this is a reading show. We give live readings. I give live readings. So you can see what a live reading is like. You can understand step astrology, but it's not too late to purchase a live reading right now. You can go to SiriusJoy.shop and pick out a live reading. You can even go on camera with me for a certain price, which I would do. Honestly, I'm surprised not more people haven't done it. I guess you don't see the value of it, but when you get me on camera, you got me. I can ask you any question, answer any question you want. Sometimes I can't even imagine what to ask on your behalf. I need you here. So try it all. Let's do our first reading, shall we? See what's going on with our peeps. All right. So the first question goes to Wanaki. It's a cool name. Step 17, Aries Sun. So you are a leader, a person who takes charge in the moment. A step 5, Cancer Ascendant. That is a pensive warrior, not warrior. And a step 28, Gemini Moon. Wow. Okay. This person gets things done. I'll tell you right now. Gets things done. What astrology signs will teach me the most versus which will be most easeful in relationships? I guess that'd be useful in relationships. Well, for you, with your Cancer Ascendant, Capricorn is very valuable for you for relationships. You are very, very accommodating when it comes to people in the world. You'll sit there and help someone, cross the street or take care of your neighbors, things like that. But then when it comes to you and your partnerships, you are a dictator, a strict dictator. Now that's changed a bit, I'd say, with political in that space, but you'd be surprised how many rules there are when in relationships with you. All these rules. And here's what we teach at SiriusJoy.com. When you come to SiriusJoy.com, we will teach you this. Every rule has got to be because you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, it shouldn't happen. Only rules that you feel like. Because when you make a rule against how you feel, you're really working against who you are. You're putting up a wall against who you are. You're not letting yourself be who you are naturally. And that's the Capricorn issue that Capricorns have everywhere. They expect the world to be a certain way. And that's not how we feel like being. Sorry, I don't feel like being that way. And so I'm not. If I don't feel like it, I'm not going to do it, especially now, right? So I think as far as moving forward is concerned, that sign will be helping you. But also, let's talk about your moon. That Gemini moon at 28 degrees. Now, there's a couple of issues with that. One issue is that you intellectualize your feelings right away. So as soon as you feel something, you turn it off. Or you dip your toe in, take one little bite of that feeling, and then you think for 2 hours. Okay, you just process it. You don't sample the actual vibration long enough. You don't let the feeling last long enough. So you don't actually get a full read. And you jump to a lot of conclusions and assumptions because you don't chew your food. You don't take the time to really feel what is it you're feeling. You want to always jump to the words. So Gemini moons are meant to feel first. Why? Because a moon is Cancer. It's about feeling. So you have to feel first. Now, because it's in Gemini means it's going to feel and think, but it's meant to feel first. So how much do you let things feel really inside of you? In fact, let's see, Aries Sun, rising is Cancer. So, right, so So we have Leo, Virgo, Libra. So yeah, Libra in the 4th, right? So with Cancer rising. So it's interesting. So Libra in the 4th, I think that you have a very unstable emotional foundation. It goes back and forth. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't feel good. And so Libra is very helpful to you too. Learning how to find center, learning how to be balanced, learning how to, give as much as you take or take as much as you give. One of my rules for Libra in the 4th house is, if you're going to take care of somebody, you have to give yourself an equal thing. So if you're going to cook breakfast for someone, you have to cook breakfast for yourself. If you're going to give someone a new coat, you have to give yourself a new coat. It's always one for them and one for me. And if you don't do one for them and one for me, you'll get thrown off your balance. You'll end up codependent on that person because now you're hoping that they like you and hoping that they want to be with you. And all this extra drama around whether they want to be with you or not, because you don't have like this concrete evidence that you're their dishes slave, right? So those two sides I think are particularly good to understand. Your Cancer and Capricorn dynamic, and to understand your 4th house and your Sun dynamic at the same time. Let's see what we have here. All right, so it says wrap when healthy. I think we're good here. If you have any other questions, come back. All these masters, my goodness. Barbara, I love it. 28-degree Aquarius Sun. Step 28 Aquarius Sun means that you are an architect of Atlantis, an architect. So you were part of the building of it, part of the maintaining of it. You were big, high up on that, okay? How do I know this? Because we haven't had the ability to do any high vibration Aquarius stuff until now. We've had the technology. We haven't had the stuff prepared. You need electricity. You need things that fly to recreate Atlantis, all these things. So if you have the knowledge from past life, it's only one past life it could have been, Atlantis. So congrats on that. That's awakening. And the Sun, 20-degree Libra ascendant, so really weighing passions back and forth. So you're a person who weighs passion against everything, probably good at dealing with heavy emotions of others, but not yourself. And then, of course, the rising would be, the moon would be 25-degree Taurus moon. So that Taurus moon is one where you are always feeling kind of God's opinion first. And if you're not feeling God's opinion, then you are thinking too much. Okay. So I'm concerned about you feeling out your moon enough. I think you are quick to dismiss, quick to kind of tune out, and just a little more time with your, your energy feeling it out. All right. So thank you for your last reading. Oh, she had another. Oh yeah, I gave her readings. I know who Barbara is. So helpful. What impact might be in the upcoming solar eclipse on my sun have for me? Okay, so comes their Sun. Yes, very good point out. This is a great promo. You have your Sun at 28 degrees Aquarius, which means the new moon will be and the solar eclipse will be on your Sun. Now, what does this mean? Whenever a solar eclipse is on a person's Sun, it means you are rebirthing yourself. It's like a new birthday. So you're getting a second chance at life. You're getting a total reboot. Now, the only time this is hard is if you had people who were taking advantage of you, who were skimming off the top, people who were cheating you. That becomes a problem because they get caught usually somehow, and you have to deal with all that. So that's the negative. The positive, though, however, is that you are a person now who, if you commit to something you really feel is important, okay, in life, you're going to draw it into yourself automatically. Now, the eclipse then takes that automatic drawing of something that you want and multiplies it by even more, okay? And so as a result, you on an eclipse have a huge spread of your fire to the point where you completely burn through the negative side of that, where you're being used and taken advantage of by what's wrong for pests and parasites, and not only kill off the parasites, but also create a whole new foundation that is difficult to reach. So you're getting a level up is what's happening. And you're going to kill off all the things that are taking away from you as a result. They'll be kind of thrown off of you, right? The important part of this, though, Barbara, is that you've got to be clear on how you want to feel in the future. You've got to know how you want to feel. So I recommend for the next few days before the eclipse that you wake up every morning and go, how do I want to feel in the future? What's that feel like? And your mind might have to create scenarios like, oh, if I had this and I had this, and you might have to, but really you don't have to. You don't have to give us why or how you got there. You just have to tell the universe, this is what I want to feel like on the eclipse. I want to feel like there's no care in the world with money. I want to feel like there's no care in the world with this. And so it is. So it's going to be powerful. I'm proud of you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Proud of you, Barbara. I've been reading her for a long time. Jessica, hello. Step 9, Capricorn Sun. Step 9, Libra Rising. Step 18 at 9, Libra Moon. So here, guys, do you doubt for any second that the step system works? A 9, a 9, and a net 9. Come on, right? It's like 3 dice getting 6 when you're doing roll of dice in Vegas. Very rare, isn't it? So first of all, I want to improve my communication skills with people I care about. Any suggestions? Oh, that's a good question, actually. So let's first start with the rising. With the Libra rising, first of all, part of your communication issue is that you're not listening. How do I know this? Because a 9 is a talker and a 6 is a listener. So when you have a lot of 9, it means you lack 6. I know. I'm not very sexy either. I don't have 6s in my chart. I need more 6. Seriously. Everyone needs more 6. It makes you open up and accept and receive. So you are rushing to the goal and you are not even paying attention to receive what you need to receive. You're missing details. You're missing important facts. You're missing subtleties that you would never have seen unless you sat there and waited for a minute. They'll come to your awareness. So you don't hold space to accept and receive, and you probably don't make it safe to. Another thing you have to do is you have to make it safe. So in other words, I'm going to take this, I will take things from the universe as long as there's no strings attached. See, that's a boundary. As long as, they're not in for just the money, there's a boundary. Those boundaries, those zeros make you feel safe. When you have all those zeros up and you've thought of everything can go wrong, and you said, don't let it go wrong, then you are now feeling brave enough to receive, to take something in. So I think the biggest part of this is, to communicate, for you to receive, you have to take in what people are saying and take a moment with it to hear what they're saying. Usually what happens is you also are a little impulsive and you speak too quickly. It's like, you're worse than me. Okay. You're jumping to conclusions really quick when maybe you need some more research. Maybe to receive some more data, for instance, before you come to those conclusions. And so I think people are feeling your anxiousness. They're feeling your agenda. You have an agenda and they can't figure out what it is. And they assume the agenda is bad because most agendas are bad. I think that's the reason for your communication. So the more you listen and just listen and listen and listen, the more they will want to listen to you. Guarantee that. Yeah. Your microwave needs a new battery, says someone. Okay. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't know where that came from. It's funny. What else we got? Is that it on Sunday? 42 minutes in. Oh, we have a clip. Okay. We have a clip. Let's watch a clip, folks, of something. I think it's Soul Horoscopes clip, another clip talking about the horoscopes, and we'll be back after that. We are moving into the third decan of Aquarius, and this vibration is the high vibration of life. This is as high as it can go, so to speak, energetically and for our ascension purposes. Now, of course, you must know that when the sun is in Aquarius, the earth is in Leo. And so in order for us to get to this high vibration, we've got to love it, really love it. And so although you're focused on maybe the precision of what you want, getting exactly what you want and fine-tuning it, it's really about how much love is involved. Because if you throw a lot of love in that direction, it's going to rock. Seriously. Now, over the week, we'll move from step 20 to step 26. This means that we'll emotionally be vulnerable on one spectrum of our life. That vulnerability will be to frequency and vibration. So you may just finally be over it, frequently hearing about this or always vibing about that. And don't be too surprised if you're not a cranky bear in the first 3 or 4 days of this, because we've had shutdown of our emotions this whole transit. Aquarius allows us to go cold. So when it hits, sometimes it can be really a hot front. And on top of this, all this, we have actually Mercury and Pisces coming together with a North Node conjunction. This is giving us a commandment to, quite frankly, be compassionate to ourselves. But it's a 9-degree commandment. That means that the ego is telling us or yelling at us to be good to us. So it's going to be kind of inside-out behavior. I'm thinking that it might be triggering for many people for the first 3 or 4 days. We'll talk about that in your horoscope. But I also think it's going to be a very fascinating moment because I think we will get a glimpse of what the future may hold. If you're watching us on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at SiriusJoytv. Please click like on this video, and if you don't mind, hit the bell button so you're notified so we collectively defeat the algorithm overlords. The Sirius Joy nonlinear TV network is simulcasting right now on many media affiliates, including Instagram, X.com, and Facebook, just to name a few.
Are you ready to understand yourself better than ever before? Enlightened edutainment awaits inside the Sirius Joy Vault. Subscribers receive in-depth insight into the planetary energies with daily texts, pep talks, and more, personalized to your unique blueprint. Subscribe now for only $3.99 your first month at SiriusJoy.com.
4 days of past life and karma. The program begins at step 0 Pisces. I think that's February 21st, 20th, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure. It kind of wobbles because of the earth. It goes all the way until step 9 Aries. And it's 40 days of journaling. Very simple. And you'll come out understanding your past lives. I shit you not. Shit you not. And, I used to think, what is the point of that? I used to say, I go around in my know-it-all 30s saying, oh, that's stupid. What? It's about this life. This is what it's about. Turns out this life was based on last life, and that life is based on the life before that. And so turns out it's like a domino effect. It helps you to understand how the hell you got in this place in the first place. It also really helps you to feel not dumb. I mean, the biggest comment we get from this program is, oh my God, I thought something was wrong with me. But now I just realized I'm human. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I like about astrology. It really helps you understand you're just human. Going through life, having a good time, trying to get some growth aim under our hat. So 40 days of past lives and karma. Go to SiriusJoy.academy for more information. It's live now. All right, friends, we're going to go now to, I think, another question, if I'm not mistaken. You think I have a script? Gabby. Oh, love it. Hi, Gabby. A 10-degree Leo sun. That's a step 10 sun in Leo. Well, I love you already. You're a Taurian Leo. My kind of person. A step 9 Scorpio ascendant. Meow. Don't get in your way. And then, a 1-degree Gemini moon. That's great. That means your feelings are always focused on self-love. So you'll feel right away if you stop loving yourself. You got like a babysitter, like right there on the inner child. That's great. All right. So if a lot of people, I'll read this again. So I have had a lot of people lately tell me that I'm very neutral when it comes to emotional highs and lows. While I maintain calm most of the time, it makes me wonder, why is it so difficult for me to show emotions to others? Oh, it's a good question, actually. Well, first of all, having a moon at 1, step 1, means that you have not really developed yourself emotionally that much. Step 1 is when you're 1 year old. So you kind of stop developing emotionally at age 1. So of course, at age 1, you're afraid to share people. That's only your family usually gets to see you at age 1. And now you want people to see it and people to get in there. It's very dangerous. Now, the truth is you've grown past step 1. I'm sure you can probably by minimum ask, how old you are. So if you're 20, you're now a step 20. You'd be progressed to step 20 moon, so to speak. Not in the progression as far as real progressions in astrology, but more in step number progressions. That's the way it works. So the point is it takes a long time to learn these emotional things. That's the first thing. But I feel like you are shy to give your emotions because you yourself don't know how to deal with them. You don't know how to cope with them. I mean, I'm not going to show you that. For instance, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me show you how I'm an idiot making coffee. And because I'm an idiot, I don't know how to make the coffee. So let me show you how to make coffee. Like, no, we don't share stuff that we don't know about. That's normal. That's a defensive thing you're doing. But it could also be that you have not put up proper boundaries with yourself. So it's like when you want to share something, you have to ask yourself, okay, I want to share this experience that happened to me when I was 7. What are the rules? I have to put a wall somewhere and say, I'm not going to go here. I'll go here. So we'll talk about Uncle Bob, but we will not talk about Uncle Jack because he was nuts. I don't want to talk about him. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about. You can go ahead and fill that thing with all sorts of black tape and black out the windows. And the thing is, like, that's okay because that's what you want to share. We don't have to see all of it. Gwen English, who works with us at Sirius Joy, she's our school principal. She's our Sirius Joy Academy principal. She has a saying, because she's been my sensei for years, well, for 30 years, to be honest. And she has a saying that says, truth is a privilege, not a right. A privilege. That means, just because you're alive doesn't mean you have to know what's going on in my life. You don't have to tell everyone what's happening. So maybe you're not meant to tell people. So your reservation, maybe it's none of their business to know that emotion. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe you don't trust them. They haven't really established themselves as credible. They won't hurt you with it. A lot of times we automatically hold information in because we're used to people hurting us with it. I know with my mom, God, Mom, I don't know if you're watching, Mom, but here's how it goes. If I tell you something going on in high school or something, you would like bring it up, and next fight we have, you'd be like, just like you're doing Anna. You would actually bring it up as a weapon. It's like, I shared that with you to be open, and now you're using it as a weapon. So there's a lot of reasons why people don't want to share how they feel. I don't think you have to share how you feel, basically, unless it's important, right? And a lot of times we don't want to hear it because we got our own problems. You know what I mean? Like, we got our own problems. We don't want to hear it. Sometimes you just need to hear it for yourself and hear you say it out loud. A lot of times when you say something out loud, you clarify it because you're trying to communicate it. So I do think talking to a therapist, typing it up in a journal or something like that, that's very valuable because by thinking it, you are processing it. So that's a good thing. Hope that helps. Let's see. Yeah, good question. That's a great question. Love it. We're gonna start giving out prizes if you're a man. Josh, it's our first male of the week. Step 3, Virgo Sun. Okay, Josh believes in himself. 12-degree Sag ascendant. Notice the power of 3 here. So there's 3, and then his ascendant is a Sag, step 3, not 3, and that's in the sign of 3, which is Sag. So you're like a 3 right there. And then 28-degree, step 28, Aries moon. Wow, very powerful moon. This is a person who can, 28-degree moon is like someone, like, how do I put this? For instance, if you were trapped in a building or something, right? For whatever reason, step 28 moon will never, ever give up. They're just going to constantly make sure that you get out of that, you get out alive, you get through it. Step 28 moons are just crazy. This is like strange, ridiculous strength to walk through a horrible time. So I bow to you, sir. What's the question? I'm seeking a better relationship with my adult daughter. Oh, interesting. She lives across the country, and we have had little contact for several years. How can I overcome my anxiety or fear of rejection? Well, this is complicated. First of all, she probably rejected you in a past life already. She probably already rejected you in a past life. And a psychic would probably tell you, yeah, she rejected you, and this is what she was in that life, right? And so you're just in this life, just waiting for that to happen, just waiting for that to happen. Now it's happening. She's rejecting you. She moved away. It's happening. And honestly, nothing's going wrong, is it? You're okay. So the issue here is really not about the relationship to her. The relationship is actually to you. That you have to come back to her having gone better with yourself first. And the thing is, kids will say, no, I don't want to talk to you. But then when they see their parents are different, they're like, come on in. They want to see you suddenly because they see that you're different. That's a good thing because you're showing them how to be different, how to work through your problems. So I think what will happen is that you will be able to educate them and show them how you've had a real change of feelings and a real change of heart. And I think if you're honest with them about what went wrong, they'll love you for it, man. I mean, that's the coolest parent there is in the world, the one that will admit that they're wrong. It's a cool parent, such cool parents. That's the case. And good luck to you getting there. But you should know, just as I have you here, I might as well tell you that this eclipse season is going to hit you pretty hard, okay? The Virgo one will hit kind of hard because it has to do with health. So you might get rocked a little bit with health issues, so be good to yourself. But the step 20, that is going to be one where ultimately we have to get our feelings in check and we have to have something in place to manage our feelings. So you have to have that inner child babysitter in place by July. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you can baby yourself out of any situation. You'll be good. All right. Thanks, man. Josh. Yay. Mail question. Erica. Erica is the step 27 Taurus. Yay. That's awesome. Uranus has been knocking the crap out of you, huh? Oof. 4-degree ascendant Virgo. Man, I would not want to meet you in a dark alley. And the moon at 23 Capricorn, because you're gonna totally talk my ear off and never let me get away without more conversation. So that's a Gabby chatty there, 23 Capricorn, but not bad, just Gabby. So that said, well, what's it saying to you? What's it saying for you? Well, I think we'll go. First, we'll start. Okay, Uranus is conjunct by Sun at 27 Taurus in my 10th house from December 31st to March 11th, and so that's a big deal. By the way, it was in my conjunction for 97 days. It was conjunct my Sun, 97 days. Do you sense that I may land a better career opportunity in the near future? Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you, Erica, feel step 2 and sense step 7 that you're going to? Do you? Because I think you do sense you will. And what you have here is a battle of the minds going on inside of yourself. I bet you do feel and sense that you're going to. But your mind just can't believe it. But guess what? That's not the mind's job. Tell that smartass to get in its own office. It's not here to believe anything. Jupiter is what's here to believe. That mind's here to state the facts, and that's it. Its opinion is ignorant and most of the time wrong. So even when we have a great idea we come up with, it's like, oh my God, here's an idea. And we go do it. It came from our soul. It didn't come from our mind. It came from our soul. Our soul told us the idea. Our mind ran with it. So we're learning to change our way we approach data altogether. And I think that probably includes this date. Basically, you are learning now for those few days to look at your feelings and your senses every day. And if they match, take action, go forward. If they don't match, stop, wait. Okay. So this might be like a treacherous. I just got a shot of Frogger. Did you ever play Frogger? I'm dating myself with video games, but Frogger's like a little frog. You got to get the frog across the street, and then the frog, across the pond without being eaten, and it gets to steal something at the end. That's kind of what this is going to be like. You're going to realize that you'll say to yourself, oh, I feel this and I sense this, but I'm not sure if it's a solid sense or this sense. Doesn't matter, because now that you've gone through that exercise, you'll have better sense ability. So it's designed to kind of wave a carrot in front of you, which is we've got this prize for you downstairs. By the way, I have extended checkout, so they shouldn't be knocking right now. But overall, you ultimately have got to listen to your feelings and your intuition and let that lead you to the prize, lead you to the door, lead you to the hotel lobby, lead you to where you need to go, and not really question what it's going to be. Now, here's the thing. Your moon is 4 degrees Virgo. What that means is if your moon is not looking, if your feelings don't have the objective of being happy first, if your feelings feel like they belong being sad for a long time, or they belong being lost for a long time, if your feelings feel like they belong, in a pity party for a long time, then you won't get an accurate reading with your feelings at 27. It won't lead you to the right place. So you really got to be in shape here, right? That's your ascendant. Excuse me. I got to back up. My bad. Lost in time warp there. Lost in time warp. Your feelings are wanting to know the big picture. The 4 is your ego. So your ego, okay, which is the number 9. So Sun 27 equals a 9. You operate in a 9. That means you're a doer. You're going to make things happen, Erica. You're going to make things happen in the world if you feel and sense it, okay? When Uranus hits that sun, you've got to know for a fact that you do feel it and you do sense it. I think what happens is your ascendant, which is the ruler of 9, is at 4. And so sometimes your ego is on the side of your heart, and sometimes your ego is not on the side of your heart. That means that your ego will sabotage that 27 reading. It'll take it down. It'll deliberately ignore. How does an ego sabotage? It ignores things. Like you had the intuition pop up 5 times, change the oil, but you didn't do it. You didn't take it. That's the ego's fault. Your intuition said, hey, we got issues with this. And your ego said, I'm not listening. And so your ego intercepted. So it's their ego that can get in the way. And then, of course, now the moon, that's what I was trying to get to, is out of touch there. The moon at step 23 says, you're a know-it-all. And you know everything already, right? You know everything. And that's the problem. You don't, obviously. Your knowledge of things is based on the past. So you've got to feel, ask yourself, hey, what should I put the point there? The 2 and 3. Do I really feel and believe what my emotions are telling me? Do I feel and believe it? If you do feel and believe it, great. Then you can count on the 2s. You can count on the feelings you're getting everywhere else in your life if you can feel and believe what that's about. So if this sounds complicated, it's because it is. It's because you are. This is a master chart. You're here to do some major interesting shift. And I would definitely practice, for the next couple of weeks of just asking yourself how you feel, what you think, what your heart tell you, and trying to then set up what I just said. Only move forward if you feel and sense it. If you don't feel and sense it at that time, stop. Just put it on pause and see if you don't get led through the jungle and out to the prairie once more. Hope that helps. I had such a weird vortex moment just now. You saw it, but I want somewhere else. Whew, all right. Okay. All right. That's it. I missed a couple of prompts. Well, I guess that's it, folks. We managed to put the show on an hour late. We're happy. We'll be back tomorrow, by the way, for Sirius Joy Alive. It will debut tomorrow, crossing our fingers, tomorrow will be at 5 p.m. Pacific, one more time. And that means it'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's just tomorrow because Mondays are crazy. But come Tuesday, I think we're going to settle in our final time. And our final time will be, by the way, at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. 7-4. It's going to be what it's about. And we're always trying to be on for 2 hours, but we'll see what we can do. We'll also have clips, we'll have guests, all kinds of things. But I hope you have a nice night's sleep tonight. Get into bed early. Get yourself nice and recharged. Because this week, if you watch your soul horoscopes, it's going to be crazy. Also, I want to tell you a couple other things. If you didn't watch it, we had an Astro Mingle go live last night. That's available for immediate viewing. That's available on all of our platforms and for Sirius Joy right on the homepage. And we had a LOL with my good friend, Scott Cruz. And we're just getting good at that show. You know what we talk about? Epstein List. Yep. Go watch the Epstein List episode. It's crazy what we pick up together. Just a couple of great ways to hang out on Sunday night with Sirius Joy. All right. This is my real ending now. This is my real goodbye. I swear. I love you. Live, love, be.